what's up? Welcome back to A Familiar Place. Hope you guys had a wonderful new year, and I hope you guys have all braced yourself that 2021 might be a little bit worse than 2020, but we're making the best out of it. So what's new in 2021? Well, a whole lot. It feels like it's been months already, but we're only 2 weeks in. Well, a little bit. 2 weeks and some change. And apparently with 2021, the Zoomers on TikTok no longer believe that Helen Keller's real. Like, as you can see, they only cover the most pressing issues on TikTok, and my only question really is, why now? Like, the last time I heard about Helen Keller was in, I don't know, that skit in South Park that was probably aired 10 years ago.
My poor little Helen!
So today I thought it would be cool to dive together into the madness of TikTok to find out why the younger generation for some reason no longer believes in Helen Keller. Like, damn, it's not like Helen Keller's Santa Claus, but hey, the other day the Newsweek posted an article titled TikTok awash with bizarre videos questioning whether Helen Keller existed. I love how we're living in the most anxiety-inducing time since the Cold War, and what people are worried about on TikTok is if Helen Keller really existed. See, that's the true definition of privilege. Like, if you have time to worry about if Helen Keller actually existed or not, you clearly don't have too many worries.
Helen Keller is canceled, and here's why. Welcome to my new series, Canceling Historical Figures, Part 1. So I was browsing Helen Keller's Wikipedia page, as one done, and I saw that she supported eugenics, which, if you don't know what eugenics is, it is selective death, I guess, of people with undesirable traits so that they don't reproduce and pass those traits on. This is rooted in white supremacy, which, of course, first of all, is bad, but also being deafblind, Helen probably wouldn't have lasted very long. So therefore, I'm canceling for 2 reasons. 1, bad movement. Why would she support that? And 2, bad logic. Like, did she really think she was gonna make the cut? I don't think so.
We now live in an age where teenagers make videos of themselves drinking Starbucks, trying to ruin the reputation of a deaf and blind person without showing any proof. Okay.
Wikipedia is not a reliable source either.
Next video.
So my thing is, with Helen Keller, she can't see anything. She can't hear anything. She has no concept of what language is. And then we just believe that this random woman picked up off the street described to her not only what an apple is and what it like all that stuff, but also intense race relations in the United States and international trade agreements. And she is this wild free thinker, and she doesn't know language. What an apple? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, it's a force. There's no way this is happening. There's no way it happened.
So is the whole reason people don't believe she existed on TikTok because they think that what she did is impossible?
This is what happens when we make really dumb people really famous. No one can comprehend someone actually doing something impressive.
Yeah, that they thought would be impossible. Like, I mean, you could do that with so many people, though. Like, you could just be like, Bill Gates. So you're telling me some dude created world's largest software company when software didn't even exist when he was born? Or Mark Zuckerberg? Wait, so you're telling me this dude managed to convince 2 billion people to give away all of their personal information for free? Or you could even use Malala Yousafzai as an example. So you're telling me this girl was shot in the head for speaking out about women's rights, but she miraculously managed to survive and created a nonprofit funding women's education and became an international best-selling author. Fake. Can't happen. That's impossible.
Do you know there's people who don't think dinosaurs ever existed?
Man, did you see that? I don't know, there was a viral tweet the other day where it was how it started, and it was a picture of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and it was how it's going. It's a picture of a pigeon. Yeah.
I love that for us. I think pigeons deserve more respect than they get.
Okay, I was a little bit off on the tangent right there, but what I was trying to say is change often happens when someone does what the majority of the people believe is impossible.
Like going to the moon or being Beyonce.
Exactly, discrediting Helen Keller just simply because you think that what she did is impossible is very dumb. When I tell Helen Keller she's a Lear and didn't speak 5 languages. See, this girl's just deflecting because she can't properly speak one. But the video we're about to watch right now is by far the most liked one in the trend, so I'm assuming this is probably what started it all.
Alright, so we gotta talk about this whole Helen Keller thing, because I've had enough. I've heard it my whole life. She's deaf, she's blind, she's amazing. No, guess what? She lied. She's a liar. Her and that monster, Ann Sullivan, pulled the wool over our eyes, and nobody's thought to question it. Let me just ask you something real quick. Does this look like the signature of somebody that was blind and deaf? This is what they put out, and we all just ate it up. Oh, but they didn't just stop there. No, the perfect handwriting wasn't enough because we ate that up. So they decided she was going to be a profound author. 12 books. That's not even a realistic number for somebody that has all of their senses. One would have been amazing. I would believe it if it was just one book. And they had to even go further than that. Writing was not enough for them. They didn't get enough thrill off that. So she apparently flew planes in the sky.
So you're telling me some dude named Keith on TikTok tricked half of a generation to believe that Helen Keller does not exist? Man. Like, this TikTok is honestly, like, funny enough to where I can't really see if it's actually real, or if he's being sarcastic, or if he posted this on purpose to try to trick as many young people as possible. I don't know. I'm a little bit on the border on that one.
Yeah, it could be satire. Like, there's a chance that everything that we're reacting to is satire, but there's also a chance that they're very serious.
That's a major problem with TikTok. There's just so many layers of satire and irony coded into today's humor that it's always hard to tell. But should we contest some of Keith's claims here just so half of TikTok doesn't believe Helen Keller didn't exist? Apparently, I'm really doing a social service today, but before we get into that, drop a like on this video if you believe Helen Keller existed, and dislike this video if you believe that Helen Keller did not exist.
Let's see how many Helen Keller deniers we got.
Yeah, I need to see if this plague is spreaded from TikTok to my YouTube viewers or not. But his claims were, Helen Keller is apparently a liar because her signature doesn't look like something a blind and deaf person could write. Then, she wrote 12 books, and that has to be fake because interpreters and Braille clearly doesn't exist. Then, his proof of her flying a plane is something off of Google saying that she flew a Paris-bound plane over the Mediterranean Sea for about 20 minutes. Okay, so that means she didn't take off nor land. She just kind of felt around on the controls for 20 minutes, most likely with a pilot sitting beside her. That's not really that far-fetched, let's be real.
It's more of like a PR thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's equally as believable as, oh wow, Dixie D'Amelio flew a plane.
Just sitting there for 20 minutes, like,
Yeah.
okay. Or also, maybe she just wanted to fly a plane and do that for 20 minutes, and that's freaking awesome.
Exactly. Power to her. I wouldn't really take any of the things that he used as evidence that she didn't exist as impossible. She wrote 12 books. I'm not surprised. It's not like a deaf and blind person can spend all their time watching Netflix or just wasting away all their time. Like, I don't know. I feel like a blind and deaf person definitely wouldn't have as many distractions as normal people. But next video, the person who made up Helen Keller.
Now, reality can be whatever I want.
Man, I hate TikTok. Sorry, but if you think Helen Keller was real, please just unfollow me. This person has less than 1,000 followers, so thank goodness she doesn't have a massive following.
Imagine if Helen Keller was alive today and had the ability to tweet.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think she'd be saying?
Water. Next video! Things I could talk about forever. Helen Keller and how she's a lying, cheating fraud. Okay. Just two people who know Helen Keller was fake staring at each other. I hate this app so much. Are you... Right, kids are now rewriting history by moving the Helen Keller books to the fiction section. This is like the Gen Z equivalent of burning down the Library of Alexandria. Next video! Okay, there's no punchline, but does anyone else genuinely believe in Helen Keller? Like, not just as a meme. You're telling me a blind and deaf woman wrote a full novel, and a good one at that, even though the first half of her life, she essentially had the functionality of a toaster? We're moving on. Moving on from that one. Please teach me how Helen Keller is real. You're telling me they let a blind and deaf person fly a plane? Hell nah. She wrote 12 books, but how did she know what letters look like? Helen Keller traveled across the world making appearances and giving motivational speeches, but wasn't she mute? No, she's an experiment to try and motivate people that they can do whatever they set their mind to. Okay, that was really stupid, but we have a whole nother wall of text that's replying to this. So, she didn't fly a plane, she sat in the pilot's seat while the pilot sat next to her for 20 minutes of a multiple hour flight. How did she know what letters look like? It's called Braille, dumbass. And it would take 0.5 seconds to Google it. She gave speeches because she was not completely nonverbal and she had people around her who helped her translate what she was communicating. Disabled people aren't an experiment to motivate abled people with our accomplishments. The continuing rhetoric that Helen Keller was not real / a fraud / an experiment is so incredibly offensive. Can y'all just please shut up? Damn. So like the Gen Z kids who were paying attention in history class are now fighting the people in the back of the class who are not paying attention.
I just don't understand why people can't just search something, Google it, Bing it. If you have to Bing it, then do that.
I feel like this like almost reminds me of like, you know, that historic battle of the furries on TikTok. You know, the video we made back in 2018 where you had the Great War on furries.
Yeah.
Feel free to check that video out if you want to watch that. That's an interesting thing. I feel like this is kind of like that, but that was definitely way more entertaining to watch. All right, next video. Why did y'all wait this long to tell me Helen Keller was actually the daughter of a Confederate war captain? She was really racist and she would memorize the black maid's footsteps so she could pick on them. Don't hit me up. I'm in pain.
What are the sources? Where are the sources?
That last part just sounded so unbelievably dumb that it has to be fake. Yeah, let's just randomly call out a deaf blind person for being racist. Like, really? Like, how can a blind person be racist? That's a genuine question. Okay, so I Googled this. I found nothing about her being racist, but I did find that she co-founded the NAACP, apparently, and she was an opponent of lynchings, as any decent human being would be. And she was also an early proponent of birth control. I couldn't find anything that said the latter of what this girl said, so I guess we'll just leave it at that. But all right, now that we've established that Helen Keller did in fact exist, I feel like we can wrap up today's video. Drop a like on this video to prove that Helen Keller exists. Send this video to someone who doesn't believe Helen Keller exists for some reason. And if you still believe that Helen Keller didn't exist, dislike this video, please.
This is not a safe space for Helen Keller deniers.
But anyway, if you're new here, I welcome you to my channel. It'd be awesome if you subscribed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hit the bell notifications, guys.
Baby, I'm crazy. You know I get so jaded. My mama told me I made it, but I'm still not up on no playlist, and I still hit up on my haters. Everybody else is so faithless, saying if you hate it, don't play it. But maybe I'm the one that needs changing. But I don't really want change, no. Think I get to where I wanna go.